Okay, so about 8 months ago, uploaded a video called "I'm a 44-year-old unemployed loser. What do I do now?" Now, I've since taken that video down. I got over 1,000 views on it, but I've changed the direction of that channel to more of a quiz type channel. But I've re-uploaded it. I fixed the audio on it, and I've re-uploaded it, and I re-watched it on a different channel. It's on a different channel, obviously this channel. So I've re-uploaded it to this channel, and I re-watched it, and I'd say I am in a lot better mind space now. I don't feel like I'm a loser or anything. I am still unemployed, but you know what? I'm happy about that. But one of the things that really that stuck out to me in that video was when I told everyone the correct way to do the dishes. Well, now I'm going to show you the correct way to do the dishes, okay? Because I do enjoy doing the dishes. It's my thing. A lot of people, they insist on using a dishwasher. Now I have a dishwasher, but it's old and shitty. I mean, it's brown and cream. That tells you how old it is. It's got buttons, like actual buttons and dials. That's how old it is. But even the modern ones, they use too much water, too much power, and they take longer than doing the dishes. And as you can see, I have a good collection of dishes here. The way I like to do the dishes is I don't do them at night, because I cook the dinner, well, the wife cooks the dinner, but I cook the dinner, and after I've cooked dinner, at dinner, no one really wants to do the dishes after a hard day, you know? So I say, just leave the dishes, guys. I'll do them in the morning. So after I drop the kids off at school, whatever, and all that, I come home, I have a coffee, and I do the dishes. Okay? So first thing we do, hot water. It needs to be really hot. Don't put any cold water on it. If it's too hot, some of you might need some gloves. You know? Gloves. I think I've got some here. Yeah. Like these. I don't use them. I'm hard. So we get the water. So what I do is I run the water hot first. I don't want any cold water in there. So make sure the water's hot. And I put in a plug. Nice. Bit of a plug. And then we need some dishwashing liquid. I use palm olive. I used to actually work at the Colgate factory in the liquids department. I used to actually make this stuff. You know, a long time ago. Now the trick with this is you don't want too much. You know, you just want a squirt. You know, a little goes a long way with dishwashing. And then you swirl it all around, and then you just wait. So what I like to do now, while the hot water is filling up, I like to put in the first of my dishes, which is of course glass, right? So you want the glass in first. The glass goes in first, and the hot water, hot clean water, it comes out nice and clean. Because if you wash glass in dirty water, you get dirty glass, and you don't want that. So I start. Now I know you're probably looking at all these dishes and going, "Hey, they're not all going to fit in this little thing." You watch. I'll get a surprising amount in there. And then I've still got this space here for other stuff as well. But ideally you want the glass in something like this on a rack, so the water can drain away and not leave stains and smears on your glass. Okay. Also what I like to do now is I like to put the utensils in. So I put all the utensils in, because these are the things you want to clean first. Right? You want to first clean the glass and the utensils. The glass so this comes out clean, and the utensils, of course, because it goes in your mouth, right? You want clean utensils. Okay, so then I get my mugs. So the mugs are here. So I do glass, utensils, then mugs. Oh no, wait, I'll do this bowl as well, but I'll do that before the mug. Okay, and then I just fill up the water. So yeah, I haven't been. It's coming up a year. I've been unemployed. I've looked for 0 jobs. I've sent 0 applications, and I've had 0 job offers. And you know what? I'm pretty happy about that. It's pretty good. I am enjoying being unemployed. I call it a sabbatical. I will have to work again at some point. Not for a while, not for a while. I mean, I like to think of something other than, a daily grind. So, okay, so now we're going to get into it. So we've got our tools of the trade. I've got my scrubbing brush, and I've got my smiley face scrubber thing. I don't really need that for the glass. I just use this for the glass. And then you just get into the dishes, and you scrub them. Yeah, look at that. See, nice and easy. And then you put the glasses here. That way the water drains. Now a lot of people are looking and probably look at this and say, you didn't rinse them. It's like, yeah, where am I going to rinse them? I've only got one sink. But that's why you don't use too much dishwashing liquid. That way you don't get any soap residue on it. A lot of people, they use too much soap in the dishes, and then if they don't rinse them off, the dishes taste like soap. But you don't need a lot, so you just scrub it like this. Just give it a good scrub. You don't have to scrub the glasses too much because it's have water in them. But here we go. Yeah. So since I was doing a bunch of different video things, commentary videos, reaction videos and all that stuff. And then I sort of ran out of because I wasn't very good at it, because I hadn't done a lot of it. And I didn't really know what I was doing, I sort of ran out of content. And so what I started doing is I just made a quiz video of me just doing the daily quiz. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this for a while. I'm just going to do daily quiz videos. You got content every day because I just used the quiz from the local newspaper. They do the work for me, And then, I just create on that. That's Cripple Rick's Daily Quiz Show, if you're interested in that. Not many people are. The quiz niche is pretty saturated. There's a lot of very highly polished, professional-looking quiz channels out there. Mine's not. It's just me doing the stuff quiz. But yeah, feel free to check that out if you like. I like doing it. I like doing the quiz anyway. I used to do the quiz at work. You do the stuff quiz, with your workmates, or whatever. Or I used to do the stuff quiz and then ask my wife, because her and her friends at work do it themselves, and we compare scores. So I thought, why not do a YouTube channel like that? So I do the stuff quiz, and I get a few people, friends. I just get some friends commenting on it. It's a bit of fun. I don't think it's going to take over the world. I'm not going to get a million subscribers doing the stuff quiz every day. I'm not delusional. But yeah. So here we go. So we've got all the glasses pretty much done. So just checking the bowl because that's good. So what I want to do now is I want to delicately put that there. There you go. Done. So now we're doing the utensils. So there's generally not a huge amount of scrubbing required with utensils. It's just a matter of making sure stuff's not on the forks and spoons and stuff. Always do the sharp knives first, so I'm not chucking my hand, and then accidentally cutting myself. Safety first. Safety first. But yeah, see, like this fork's got a bit of cheese stuck on it, so you got to really make sure you get the problem with cheese. It sticks to forks and stuff. It's really annoying. So I've got my little scrubber here. Sometimes you need a bit of extra, bit of help. So yeah, there's that done there. Okay, cool. Oh, I missed a sharp knife. There we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. That wasn't good balancing by me. I'll put that there like that. Yeah, it comes a bit of a hazard, to be honest, but I don't have to, I just leave them to dry, and then I get my son to put them away when he gets home from school. That's his job. I'll wash them, but I ain't drying them. I'll put them away once they're dry, because that's the good thing, you don't have to sit there and dry them. You can just let them dry naturally. If they're stacked well, they'll drain and they'll dry quite well. And in a relatively short time as well. And so you can just put them away, similar to like what you do with the dishwasher, right? You don't dry the dishes there. Sometimes you have to. That's another thing with dishwashers I don't like. You know? Nothing worse than pulling all your dishes out and they're dirty, you know? And then you have to redo them or you have to re-scrub them, you know? That's another problem. Like a lot of people, they have to basically wash their dishes before they put them in the dishwasher. I used to use this one back in the day, but it was crap, man. I used to get food, it would wash food off, suck it through the system, and then the food would get stuck in the sprayers. And so they would end up just spilling food over all the plates, and the food they'd come out dirtier. And you know, I'd go down there, I'd clean out the dishwasher, I'd get all the food out, I'd clean the filters and stuff, and then, you know, 1 or 2 washes later is doing the same thing again. So, you know, I was like, I'll just wash them. I'll just use it. And then I discovered I enjoyed washing the dishes. So what I do now is I do the mugs. So I'll put the mugs just here, not in the rack for now, because I'm going to need to do a bit of balancing. I'm doing it because I've got a lot of plates to do, you see. So I'll just put them there and I'll balance them on later. I'll put them somewhere else. But for now, they're all nice and clean. Usually they just have a bit of coffee in them, a bit of a scrub. It's nothing too major. And so like my water's still pretty clean because I haven't really done anything dirty yet. So after the plates though, it will get a bit dirtier. But that's all right because after the plates, all I've got is plastics and pots. So perfect. It's doing well. The thing I like about dishes is that it's very zen, you know? You're just there, you stand there, I'm looking out the window, I'm looking at the trees, looking at birds on the balustrades, you know? And I'm just zen. It's just zen. And you get the satisfaction of a job well done at the end. You know? It's just, you know, nobody really likes doing chores and stuff, but sometimes it's not really the chores itself. It's just a little achievement. It's just a little daily achievement that you do. Every day I do this one little job and I do it well. It does well for your mental health. I don't know if dishes do help with mental health, but I find they do. It's something to do. So yeah, what I found with being unemployed is that your life loses a lot of structure. You know, if I didn't have to take my daughter to school every day, you know, I'd find it difficult to get out of bed. You know? But every day I have to get up, take my daughter to school, make sure my son gets off to school, and then I come home, I do the quiz, I make my quiz videos. So that's like my job. It's like my bullshit daily job. You know, it's like I'm still in corporate. And then I come out here and do the dishes. And then I might have another coffee because I tend to have a coffee with my quiz. So I'll come out here, do the dishes, have another coffee, maybe see what's happening on the internet, maybe listen to a YouTube video or something, and then I'll see what other chores I need to do. So I'll vacuum. Got a vacuum. My wife brought me a new Dyson for Christmas. She knows her way. She knows what I like, you know. So I've got a new Dyson so I can vacuum very effectively and efficiently. And then, you know, I'll do other chores like washing, washing, hang the washing out. It's kind of hard at the moment. It's not the best weather. But, you know, I can hang it out inside like here, and then, you know, just chores, clean the house, clean the bathroom, clean the toilet a couple times a week. Once, maybe once. Sometimes it's only once. Gross. I need to do it more. But you know, that's a job I don't like. That job's not zen. That job's just bad. I don't like it. But then, because of my MS, I have to exercise every day. Because that's the weird thing about MS. If I don't exercise, it gets worse. But if I do exercise, it gets worse. But it gets worse, less worse. It actually gets, it's worse. So I'll exercise and then I'll be completely stuffed for a couple of hours, you know. So I try to get all my chores done first, and then I do my exercise. And then once I've done that, I'll sit down for an hour or so, watch some YouTube videos, you know, see what's happening. Maybe play a video game. I don't know. Eat breakfast, because I don't really eat much. I haven't eaten today, so basically I won't eat till like 12, 1 o'clock every day. I don't move a lot, so you know, I'm not really that hungry. And then what I do is about 2 o'clock, I'll bugger off down to my daughter's school, because it's hard to get a park there. So I get there I have to get there like an hour early to get a good park. Otherwise it's a real pain in the ass, which is annoying. If they had a handicapped spot out the front of the school, I could just tax that every day, but they don't. So as you can see, the plates can be a bit of a hazard at first, so you just need to keep an eye on that. But I think with good balancing, good effective stacking, you can get a lot of dishes in here, as you can see. I like to use the scrubber on the plates just to make sure you get the food off. Yeah, hear that? Squeaky clean. Palm olive. Right. Okay, so we've got a stable, nice and stable. Good. I'm gonna have to move a cup out of here, I think, but that's all right. Get all the plates in. You tend to I get home about 3:10 from picking up my daughter, and then then I have to look at dinner. Really depends what it is. It's kind of hard. I sort of lost my love of cooking. I used to have a big love of cooking, but now cooking time tends to coincide with a time of day where I tend to get a lot of MS related fatigue, so I sort of need an afternoon nap. So it sort of makes it difficult for me to cook, but it's something I'm looking at remedying. I don't know, maybe I just have to utilize my slow cooker more, especially in winter, or meal prepping for earlier in the day. So maybe I could chuck food prepping. I don't know. Any suggestions? Let me know. Hello Fresh. There we go, look at that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Stack that well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mugs in there like this. So they're all perfectly balanced. There you go. So that all drained nicely now. Oh wait, I've got these little bowls. That's right. They didn't have much in them anyway, so they can fit them in there. Squeaky clean. Squeaky clean. And the thing is, you need a good drain. You need a good drain. They need to drain well. If you're not drying them, if you're drying them, it doesn't matter. But you do need a good drain. So now what I do, I need to do this. What I'll do is I'll do my my metal stuff. So I've got some oven trays, and I got my cheese grater, and I got some more oven trays. Yesterday I made air fried breaded chicken tenderloins and oven fries. So I need a lot of oven fries because much chicken. I should have done some veggies, but I was too lazy. So that's why I've got all these dishes here. Normally I'm more of a one pot guy, one pot meal guy. If you want to see videos of my one pot meals, let me know. Yeah. So basically I've come pretty comfortable with being a stay-at-home dad, I really like it. I think more dads should get into it, With all the feminists and the women and the governments and all that, like, we need women in work, we need women managing everything, we need women in charge of everything. It's like, yeah, okay. Well then, men should just be more prepared to stay home then, right? I'm happy to do it. It's fine. I love it. I get to see my kids way more. Even though I'm a grumpy bugger, they probably think I don't want to, but I do. I do like hanging out with them. Sometimes you get the bloody cheese sticks to everything, so I don't eat a lot of cheese myself. It's kind of annoying having to be the one who cleans it all. I'm not a big cheese guy, Concentrated milk solids. Yeah. There we go, got it. Beautiful, clean cheese grater. That can go there. Okay. So now these big pans and stuff, I've got this space right here. I'll just give it a bit of a scrub. See, these don't need to, this doesn't, I watched this yesterday. I don't think this actually needs to be washed. Won't hurt. I'll wash it again. I don't think I even used this when I was cooking. Okay. Just move this over. There we go. Okay. Big heavy pans. One thing annoys me about doing the dishes, being the dish guy, is when people leave stuff soaking in the sink. So you don't really need it. Huh? You don't need it. Most things don't actually need soaking. Most of the things left soaking don't actually need soaking. What they need is a scrub. Just give them a quick scrub. I keep my scrubbers right there, so you can just scrub the stuff and then put it to the side and then wash it properly the next day. Dislodge anything that's baked on while it's still hot. And it's easier, it's better than soaking. Soaking doesn't tend to do much at all, really, I found. You might have had a different experience, but that's me. I don't like soaking. I don't like soaking the dishes. Just scrub them. Just some elbow grease into it. You can do it. Put your back into it. Yeah. So when I do find myself with a bit of spare time, I like to play the odd video game or whatever. At the moment, when I posted my previous Lula video, I got a few subscribers from that, and one of those subscribers I actually play chess with now. He lives in Hungary, I think. I don't know his name or anything, but we play chess, and I'm terrible at it. I used to be quite good at chess, but I haven't played in such a long time. I just suck at it now. Like, trying to teach my 7-year-old how to play chess, and sometimes it's a struggle to beat her. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, it's good. So it's been good being able to get back into chess. Also play video games on my Xbox. Yeah, but I don't play a lot. Right? A lot of people might think, being an unemployed guy, I'll probably spend most of my day on playing video games and doing nothing. But not quite, not really. I suppose because I am an older dude, I do find it more difficult to get into video games. Like, they have to be really good. But yeah, I recently played the Broken Sword Reforged. So good. I used to love playing that on my on the PlayStation 1 when it came out back in the day. And they're actually remaking Broken Sword 2 Broken Mirror. And that's coming out in like September, I think, at this stage. So looking forward to that. If you like point and click adventure games, Broken Sword, you can't go past it. George Stobart, Nico Collard, so good. Okay, so now we're onto the plastic. And I've got my daughter's old lunchbox here. Because it's a Monday, right? So I'm going to look in there. I think there's going to be old lunch from last week in there. I think she left it in her bag. Naughty. Oh no, I've just seen something. Someone used that. Someone used the slicer on that. Don't usually get that gets used, so I don't usually. It's always good to double check. Okay, that's looking pretty clean now. Put that back up there. And let's have a look at this lunchbox. What have we got in there? Probably got all the fruit in there. Yes, we've got rubbish, we've got a banana and an apple. I can go over here. Spoon. Have to wash the spoon in the dirty water. Lucky I don't use these spoons. And then I wash the lunchbox. Bit of a scrub. Okay. So there we go. I've done the dishes. What I need to do now, wait 1 second. Oh, lost my balance there. I've got this chopping block. So I'm going to put clean water in that. Now, I did make chicken last night, but I didn't use the chopping block. So don't stress. So this has just had bread and stuff in it. I'm just going to give it a bit of a scrub. Some hot water. Should be fine. And then I'll just leave it to dry off in the sink here. Yeah, and then I just clean up my mess. So I've got a little posy here to hold my brush and my thing, and then I use an old tea towel. Just clean the water off. It's just water. It's just water. It doesn't need to be scrubbed or anything. There we go. There you go. We've got the dishes done. As you can see, I've got a good pile of dishes there. Well stacked. Well stacked. Look at that. See, you didn't think I could do it, did you? Nice clean. Look at that. Nice and clean. Dishes stacked. Yeah. So yeah, that's how you do the dishes correctly, I think. If you don't think that's the correct way to do the dishes, let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's it really. Bye.